Talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook channels @FinSports. Yes, boxing will get our attention tonight on the program. Lawrence Okoli and, of course, Isaac Chamberlain. They are getting ready for the February 3rd bout tagged the British Beef. Our friend at Sky Sports, Ferron, Spencer Ferron, put together an interview with Lawrence Okoli. Let's listen to them, and then when we come back, we'll keep talking boxing. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
The spirit of Ferron. Now the knowledge with contender. Contender Lawrence Okoli. Lawrence, you have a big fight now. We're doing this for Channel TV, going straight out to Nigeria to all of your people. You know what I mean? What part of Nigeria are you going to?
It's actually half and half, so my dad's in so yeah, from Lagos, my dad's from Delta, so...
You're from Delta State, yeah? Okay. We've got some dignitaries that you saw last time out when Joshua boxed and you boxed on the undercard. Would you like the same thing to come for you? Would you like the dignitaries which National Global brought over to come and support you for this fight?
Absolutely. I mean, it was amazing to actually see them there at the show after our box. And it's good to engage with the Nigerian fans as well. Because at the end of the day, I carry the surname from my house, I carry the tradition. So it's about being able to bring what I'm doing here back home. So I'm going to be very excited to be part of that.
Right, a really big fight coming up here with you versus Isaac Chamberlain. What are the attributes that you're going to bring to the table, why you're going to win the fight, and why do you think Isaac is it a fact of, we've got this fight now, is it a goosey sauce because it's called British beef, but is this a goosey and him being from the Congo having pele sauce? What is the difference?
The difference is, anyway, is at the end of the day, I've got the sauce, I've got the power. I even had pounded yam yesterday, so feeling powerful today. I have pounded yam today for my back, but I think the difference is going to be genetically, I'm physically a lot bigger, stronger, and more athletic than he is, and it will play a part because I'm going to hurt him in this fight. So it's going to be good. Head down in the O2, you know, thousands of people in attendance, all chanting my name, all chanting his name, and then we're going to see if we can have that best.
Well, Lawrence, it's been a pleasure. I know that I want to look down to the camera now, and I want to say thank you for everyone at Channel TV, and tell everyone, Lawrence Okoli, you're the man.
Thank you to everyone at Channel TV. Lawrence Okoli, I'm the man. Make sure you come down and support. It's going to be a very, very, very exciting and explosive journey. Cool.
Brilliant.
So that's it. Lawrence Okoli is getting ready for that fight. So Spencer, is it pounded yam and a goosey that will do it for you? Yeah, Anthony Joshua, I can actually tell him that, yes, pounded yam and a goosey gives you some strength. Talking about that big fight on February the 3rd at the O2 Arena, tagged the British Beef. Tail of the tape for you right there. Okoli is 25, Chamberlain is 23, so this guy is a young, good height, 6 feet 5 inches right there for Okoli, 6'2" for Chamberlain. Look at the record. Both guys unbeaten, but they haven't fought much, but the record looks good. Knockout 6 for Okoli and then 4 for Chamberlain. So if you look at it, where is the beef coming from? Is it the Nigerian and the Congolese part, or just the boxing? I don't know. Let's go to the United Kingdom. Spencer is joining us live on the program to put more perspective to that fight that we're looking forward to. Good evening, Spencer Ferron. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
How are you, brother?
I'm super. Good to hear from you again. The last time was at the presser for Anthony Joshua and Eric Molina in London. Good to have you again on the show. This fight tagged the British Beef. Why is there beef between these boxers?
Well, you know what we mean when we say like beef, we mean like major animosities between the two fighters. So this is just how it is. The two guys are not too fond of each other. It's been something that's been going back and forth for a little while, even from their amateur days. So now they have a chance to sort it out. Now the beef, you got to say to yourself, like, what sauce are you putting in it? Now, we know that Isaac Chamberlain is from a Congolese background and descent, so they like pili pili sauce on their meat, but you know that Lawrence Okoli is proper Niger, so he likes the egusi, and you have to make sure that there's a lot of pepper inside of it. So it's going to be hot and spicy, my friend.
Ooh, hot and spicy. So is it the pounded yam and egusi that I'll do it for Lawrence Okoli of February the 3rd?
Well, I think you got the interview with myself and Lawrence was saying that he eats a lot of pounded yam. So that should give him the strength to overcome. I think Pianastal Global, with my good friend Kahomi Bakari, will be bringing over some dignitaries from Lawrence's state, from Nigeria, over to the fight. I think that'd be great. We need a lot of support. Lawrence Okoli is also managed by Anthony Joshua, which is a big statement. He's an Olympian who went to the Olympics, I think he got to the quarters. He got to the quarters, so, but not on the medal stage. So he didn't medal. So, but fair play to him of what he's done, and fair play to Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua is also co-promoting this fight with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom. So it'll be shown live on Sky Sports TV, and it's going to be a really big fight, and it is deliberately called British beef, but you know there's a lot of Niger sauce on that.
I love Niger sauce, because we're already talking about it right here. But let's keep away the sauce and the food. I talk about the potentials that these guys have. When you look at Lawrence Okoli and Isaac Chamberlain, do you see the future of British boxing?
I most definitely see the future of British boxing with both guys. If I was to go back 8 years ago, we had two really top amateurs ended up fighting each other in James DeGale and a guy called George Groves. And George Groves won a controversial points win, but what happened is down the line, they both still became world champions. They didn't fight again, but they became world champions, and maybe they possibly could fight again. So with this guy, whoever wins or loses, their potential is still very, very big. And Eddie Hearn has promised both combatants that whatever, if things were not to go right, we're gonna bring you back. But Lawrence Okoli doesn't want to hear any of that, and neither does Isaac Chamberlain. They both want to go out and wage war, and this will be very, very exciting.
Their records also look good. For you, Spencer, what sort of fighter is Lawrence Okoli?
Lawrence Okoli is a very tall cruiserweight, because if you're a cruiserweight, that means you're fighting at 14 stone 4. But for someone at that weight division, he's like 6'5", so he's very, very tall. But he's a muscular, but he's very athletic build. He's got elongated arms, and he's got a devastating right hand. That's where I think the pounding yam comes into it, because he punches really, really hard with his right hand. I'm telling you, it's a monstrous right hand.
What are the qualities? What are the qualities of Isaac Chamberlain?
The qualities of Isaac Chamberlain is that he's a slickster. He's a neat, in and out, tidy boxer. He doesn't carry a lot of power, so he doesn't go out to knock you out straight away, but his punches do have a cumulative effect. And when they do have a cumulative effect, you start getting dizzy, then you go over. But with somebody like Isaac Chamberlain, he's a person that studies boxing. He studies the old-time great fighters like Roy Jones Jr., he studies Mike McCullum, he studies James Toney, so he studies fighters. And this is what makes this fight so interesting, because you have one guy who has had relatively a short, inexperienced career as an amateur. You got to look at Lawrence Okoli. And Lawrence Okoli went from working in McDonald's, flipping burgers, to now he's flipping peas because he's making good money. And we're looking at someone like Isaac Chamberlain, who's gone out to America. I used to be sparring partner for Deontay Wilder, has come back to England, turned professional. This what makes the fight so interesting, and this what makes it great that we're seeing two guys fight in a fight called British Beef, and that's more to do with the acceptance of culture, which is happening in Great Britain, because we're living a very multicultural society. But it's nice that both combatants do not forget their upbringing and heritage.
Wow. Still talking about heritage, Anthony Joshua holds a lot of a background from Nigeria. When you look at AJ's career so far, Spencer, how much respect has he brought to British boxing?
Listen, Anthony Joshua is that guy who is the flag bearer. Recently, Tony Bellew, the former WBC Cruiserweight world champion, was on my show on Wednesday, and he said Anthony Joshua is the reason why there is so much money being pumped inside British boxing today. This is how Yeah, I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua's everywhere, even where he's standing still. He's got adverts out. Do you understand? We've got Anthony Joshua deodorants out now. We've got Anthony Joshua shoes, tracksuits. Everywhere you go, it's Anthony Joshua. So you can't move and not see Anthony Joshua. He's everywhere, even when he's standing still. But not only that, but he's a very personable human being. I've known him before he's turned professional. So, and he's not...
Spencer, I'll just pause you right there. We'll continue to talk on Anthony Joshua. It's Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at that grudge fight between Okoli and Chamberlain. We're still talking about Anthony Joshua. Let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Still taking a look at boxing and its development. We talked about that cruiserweight fight between Lawrence Okoli, who's got a Nigerian background, and of course Isaac Chamberlain, who's got a Congolese background. And Spencer Afiron from the United Kingdom has been talking to us about that fight. I just said to put some sauce to it. That is a clash of the sauce. Compounded yam and egusi knock out the sauce of the Congolese fighter. February the 3rd, boxing fans, keep that date. Information that you can use. Let's bring the discussion back home now. Mr. Rafiu Ladipo is the president of the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control. Finally, he's here. Good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Thank you.
Good to have you. What's going on with the MBBC? A lot of persons don't know the role of the MBBC to boxing in Nigeria. The Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, what do you guys do?
The role is for us to sanction every fight and all fights that we think is necessary to be done in Nigeria. You cannot do any professional fight without the MBBFC putting its approval before you can do a fight.
Fantastic. So it's about regulations. Let's go back to the UK. Spencer is still standing by. Spencer, you were talking about the influence of Anthony Joshua. I'll let you wrap that up.
Yeah, like I'm saying, Anthony Joshua has been a person that has brought boxing to another frontier. He's a personable person. He's a beautiful individual. He's very, very cultural. He's proud of his Nigerian heritage. But he's a person that turns around and tells everyone that he's a global resident. It's like, you cannot just put me down to say that I'm from here or there or everywhere else. But we have to look at the fact of what Anthony Joshua is also bringing. He has been embraced by Great Britain, which is a multicultural place where we have Asians, we've got the English European, we've got the West Indians there, we've got the original Africans there, we got everyone and every.
Spencer, you know what? Let's pause this discussion. We'll do it again just before that fight between Okoli and Chamberlain. Thank you so much, Spencer, for your time.
Take care. God bless, brother.
God bless you. Thank you. Let's bring the discussion back home. You were telling us the role of the MBBFC. Are you guys also involved in monitoring the progress of boxers in the country?
Of course, that's what we're doing now. As for my board, you know, I got elected about 5 months ago. And since I became the president, we started all things trying to monitor the activities of our various boxers, whether in Nigeria or elsewhere around the world. And the second month I was elected president, I was called to London for the Commonwealth Boxing Board of Control, whatever. And I took part. And in that discussion, I made sure that 11 of our Nigerian boxers are already now rated in the Commonwealth, so that they can now fight for the various titles in their categories. And while I was in England, I was able to see some Nigerian boxers who are promising. One of them is even the England champion in his category, and we are trying to make him start fighting for Nigeria. You have all of them in Canada, in America, and we are going to monitor all these people. We want them to come and start fighting for Nigeria.
Well, we have to fix boxing back home before they come back to fight.
Already in Nigeria now, boxing is taking a new look. You know, in the last 5-10 years, you cannot be talking of boxing as we talk of boxing in the last 1 year now. And I tell you now, the MBBFC is trying to do one thing, at least to make sure that there's a promotion once every month. We had one last Sunday.
Well, we have to fix that gym.
Yes,
the gym also.
Yes, we're already fixing it. We had one last week. There'll be one on Tuesday, and there'll be one in January. So what we intend to do is to say that minimally we have a boxing tournament every month to allow all our boxers to do their trade. Because if you don't have enough promotions, you cannot have the Nigerian boxers now to get being ranked and being rated around the world.
I must say thank you. Thank you so much, Rafiu
Ladipo,
for coming. Traffic was really tough for you, but we'll get to do this again. Thank you so much. So that's it. Rafiu Ladipo is the president of the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control. And tonight on the show, I will also giving attention to Cruiserweight boxing. Lawrence Okoli and Isaac Chamberlain are getting ready to square off February the 3rd. And of course, we had Stephen Sunday, Super Eagles player, talking about the chances of the Super Eagles at the World Cup in that segment we have called Club and Country Football. That's the show. Remember, you can keep talking to us on Twitter channels _sports, Facebook channels FM Sports. For the team, I'm Austin Okonakpan. I don't care what you're up to this weekend. In everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.